Okay, so let's get right into it. We're not just talking about some random list of tips here. Think of this as a playbook, you know? A set of habits that really separates the pros from the people who just kind of dabble. It's all about how you think, how you tackle problems, and ultimately, how you build a real, lasting career in this field.
Oh man, that's exactly it. I feel this constantly. I can follow a tutorial, step by step, and get it working. But the second I try to build something on my own, I just freeze up. It really feels like none of it is actually sticking.
And hey, that feeling, it's completely normal. Seriously, we've all been there. Tutorial hell is a very real place, but there is a way out. And it starts with the first two big habits that are all about shifting you from just passively watching to actively doing. So you gotta look at these as a cycle, not just a checklist you tick off. You practice the basics every day to build up that dexterity, that coding muscle memory. Then you immediately put it to use by building something, anything that's real. One just feeds the other. That loop right there, that's the engine for real growth in your career.
Okay, so when you say practice daily, are you talking about like hours and hours? Because my schedule's already pretty jammed.
No, not at all. And that's the biggest misconception. Seriously, even 30 minutes of focused coding every single day is way more effective than some frantic 8-hour cram session on a Saturday. It's all about consistency, not the sheer volume. You're just training your brain little by little to think and code.
And that daily practice flows right into this. You take that little concept you just practiced, maybe it's a new function or an API call, and you build something with it. It doesn't have to be the next big startup idea either. A simple weather app, a to-do list, a tiny little game. The whole point is to prove to yourself that you can actually apply the knowledge. And that is where real confidence comes from. It's that confidence that gets you trusted with bigger, more important work down the line.
All right, that makes a ton of sense for learning new stuff, but what about when I'm on a real project and I hit a bug I've never, ever seen before? A problem that no tutorial covered. What am I supposed to do then?
That is a great question. And this is where the professional mindset really starts to take over. See, the thing is, being a senior engineer doesn't mean you magically know all the answers. Not even close. It just means you have a solid, reliable process for finding them. It's a total mindset shift from just passively learning to actively solving problems.
Let's be real for a second. Tutorials are great, but there's someone else's interpretation of a tool. The documentation? Well, that's the source of truth. It comes straight from the folks who actually built the thing you're using. Learning how to navigate and actually understand documentation is probably the single most important skill that separates a career programmer from someone who's just doing it as a hobby. It's your
But I don't want to waste a bunch of time spinning my wheels if somebody else on the team just knows the answer right away. I totally get that. But you also don't want to be the person who interrupts a teammate without doing your homework first. This rule is the perfect balance. Give the problem a solid, focused try for 15 minutes. Search, read the docs, try a few things. If you're still completely stuck, then you ask for help. But now you can ask a much better question. You can say, hey, I've tried X, Y, and Z based on the docs, and I'm hitting this specific error. Any idea what I'm missing? It just shows respect for everyone's time, including your own.
Okay, so once you get good at finding answers, the next level is making sure the code you're writing doesn't create a bunch of new problems later on. This last habit is all about remembering you're not coding in a vacuum. The code you write today, someone else is going to have to maintain it tomorrow. And, a lot of the time, that someone else is you 6 months from now.
So, just look at this number for a second. 10x. What on earth could that represent in software development? It's definitely not about writing code 10 times faster. It's about the audience for that code. And there it is. Your code is going to be read, debugged, and refactored by your teammates and your future self way more often than it's ever written. That one single fact changes everything. Writing clean, easy to understand code isn't just a nice to have. It is a fundamental part of being a professional. Messy code is basically just a debt that you're passing on to your team, and it'll slow down your own career too.
So what does clean code actually look like then? Is it just about tabs and spaces? Formatting is definitely part of it, but it goes so much deeper. It's all about clarity. Can someone else look at your code and understand the intent? It's using a variable name like user profile instead of just X. It's writing comments that explain why you did something, not just what you did. It's grouping related functions together. It's about making your code tell a clear story.
Look, I know this can feel like a lot to take in, but you really don't have to master all 5 of these habits overnight. The real goal is to just pick one, the one that really hits home with where you're struggling right now, and just start turning it into a consistent habit.
For me, it's definitely building more little projects. I have got to get out of that tutorial mode. Excellent choice. For someone else, it might be just bookmarking the official docs instead of going straight to Stack Overflow every time. The key isn't which one you pick, it's that you just choose to start. So, what's your first step going to be?